log me in?
I don't know.
Oh, Twitch.
Are you logged in now though? So
I'm logging in right now. It's
so
gonna
you
take
can
me
do
2 seconds.
moderator things.
Yeah, so I can have a
So you
little
can.
sword next to my name.
Oh yeah, you'll be my sword and my bow and
Yes.
my axe.
I don't know if you can set me to either a bow or an axe icon, but besides, I prefer the sword wielding classes in Fire Emblem anyways, so.
Oh, but magic's pretty boss too.
Oh yeah, but the bows are pretty nice. Archers are pretty awesome. Assassins are like
That's
boss.
Oh, you want to know what's best class though?
What?
Donald.
Donald. Donald is not a class. Donald is a god. A god among men who was born into a village.
No picture
There
this
should
time.
be a sequel to Fire Emblem Awakening called Fire Emblem Donald. And there's a new cult, except the cult worships Donald, and everyone follows the cult, and that's it. There's no game. Donald has brought peace to the land. There you go. Nintendo, you have that one for free. Make it DLC.
Yeah, no fancy picture this time, guys. I kind of ran out of them. So when I find more, I'll put up more. But until then, we're kind of stuck with what we've got. But hey, everybody, welcome back to the Hyrule Warriors Grindfest. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Catherine.
Hello.
And today we are going to, at the very least, be starting with Impa. Afterwards, we're going to be going to Ganondorf so that I can get this first entire row done. But we're starting with Impa because reasons. And, Catherine, why don't you choose whether we want to do the Giant Blade or the Naginata?
Okay, what is the giant? I'm gonna see
The
it.
Giant Blade has the throwing croissant as its 8-bit, and the Naginata has a sword on a stick.
Yeah. Oh, I know what a naginata looks like. Oh, can we do the throwing croissants?
Fine, we can do the throwing croissants.
I like when Impa throws pastries at people.
Ah, shit, my 3DS fell out of my sweatshirt pocket.
Bro.
You know what? I'm just gonna put this on my desk so that it doesn't fall off again. There we go. All right, and setting the music, and then we'll be good to go. If Catherine, if you could check the chat to make sure that the audio balance is good, I would really appreciate it. If the game audio is too loud, especially because I have it up a notch louder than normal. So.
Yep. I don't see any comments about it yet, but I'll let you know if anyone does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. How have you got? Basically, if you're new to the Grindfest, what we do is I grind Hyrule Warriors because I'm nuts, and me and Catherine talk about any random stuff that's been going on in the meantime. And a lot of the times we do answer questions in the chat. So if you have anything that's on your mind, feel free to ask in the chat. If just because we don't answer every question because we're not always looking at the chat. But I'm sure, you could start a discussion among the chat yourself at the very least. So, yeah. Lately, I know we're like months behind on this, but whenever we've had the occasions where we could see each other, me and Catherine have been playing through Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and we beat it yesterday, and that game's great.
It's a really great game. It's not perfect. My biggest issues are with the camera control, because when I was playing the levels today, I don't know if you I realized in a couple of the levels we had to run and turn the camera. It's really hard because the camera is controlled either with the gyroscope, which I don't like at all because it's not precise, and I wish you could turn that off.
Yeah, that's the thing about Splatoon that I really like, is that you can control the camera with the gyroscope, but you can turn that off if you want.
Yeah.
So if you want, it's like I think with Splatoon, it's a shooter game, so you're gonna be moving the camera. I think you are going to be moving the camera a little bit more frequently because you move the camera as you move around. In Captain Toad, there's a lot of points where you just want to leave the camera in a set spot since you have it good for what you're doing at the moment. and then you'll change it when you're doing something else. So, you know, I don't think having the constantly moving gyroscope camera is necessarily a good idea for Captain Toad, but if you keep your hands steady, it's a relatively small nitpick, but it's still a thing. And I'm
It's
surprised
just
they did it.
annoying to have to like be conscious of, let me keep my controller steady.
It's
Yeah.
weird though too because they patched the game for amiibo support. The
Yeah.
fact that the gyroscope controls was one of the biggest complaints about the game, and when they patched the game for amiibo support, they didn't fix that. And it's weird too because Nintendo's been great about patching games with people's complaints, like Codename Steam. Loved that game, but the fact that the enemy turns took so long was a little bit annoying. Guess what they did with Codename Steam? They patched the game right away so that you can fast forward enemy turns, and they didn't fix that for Captain Toad either. That's weird. Like, and also with the new Smash Brothers patch, now you keep your name is saved every time you change like modes and stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
But they didn't fix the camera thing for Captain Toad, so I don't know why they didn't change that. That's just weird. But you know, again, it's not a huge deal. Oh, what's the skill I unlocked? I unlocked. Oh my God, hasty attacks. Oh God, hasty attacks is like one of the best skills in the game. I'm so happy right now. Like you have no idea. Okay. Yeah, that's totally worth doing another. Paying another 50 materials for future grinding. Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Sorry.
Okay.
I got really excited.
I could tell. But oh, what was it? Oh yeah. But I really do like Captain Toad Treasure Trackers, even though we're kind of late to it, like because it took us a while to actually finish it. I think it's a good game, and it's fun if you like puzzle games.
Yeah, it's
really adorable.
Yeah, puzzle. Yeah, because it's not a platformer because you can't jump.
No.
Yeah, so puzzle adventure game thing. Yeah. It's good. If you haven't played it yet, it's relatively cheap. I know the asking price was $40, which is already a discount from normal, which is $60, and like if you get it used or something, it's cheaper than that. So yeah, it is a good video game. It gets the Ted and Catherine seal of approval, which is just a picture of us like smiling and having a thumbs up and stuff. So yeah.
Or I feel like mine should have a paw print because Catherine.
Yeah, but nobody spells cat with a Q, like Q-A-T.
I know, but I can.
Hmm.
Oh, someone asked about Risky's Revenge on BSC.
Oh, it's edited. We recorded it. It'll be up eventually. So yeah.
Oh, and someone asked how the replay value of Captain Toad is. I would say there's a good amount of replay value because so the way it works is the goal of each level is to collect a star. There are also 3 like shiny, we call them shinies, but they're really just like giant diamonds that you collect, and it's possible you can collect all 3 diamonds and the shiny all 3 diamonds and the star in one go of the level, if you figure out the puzzles. There's often little challenges that you can do, like for example, for like don't get any damage, or find the hidden gold mushroom, or complete it in a certain, like if it's a one where there's some kind of gimmick about like using the touch screen on the gamepad to move platforms. It'll be like only touch the platforms 4 times to complete the level. And sometimes those challenges you can only do on repeated playthroughs because you won't be able to get all the gems if you do if you complete that challenge.
You also don't know what the challenge is until after you've beaten the level, so while you might get it on your first run, you probably won't. So, And also, if you've got the Toad amiibo, there's also the amiibo hide and seek, where you try to
Yes.
find a little pixel toad.
Yep.
So that's basically like, our playthrough took about 12 hours, and we got most of everything we could along the way. So I'd say with everything, it's probably a good 20-hour game in total,
For
which
sure.
is...
And there's some bonus levels you unlock after you complete the main story. I haven't done those yet.
Yeah, you get to play Super Mario 3D World levels, oh boy.
But I would say, but yeah, and then there's also like after you do all the things within, like I think it's when you complete all the things within a section of the game, you unlock like a time attack mode essentially, where
there's
there's
a time
like,
attack mode?
yeah, I've never done, like I've yet to do it because I don't know, I don't care that much, but
But you got to 100% it though.
I might, but I don't know. Time attack is if there's no
the
reward
Captain
for it.
Toad. We can do the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker Grindfest.
Well, if there's no reward for it, I don't care.
Isn't the
Like-
reward the sense of satisfaction in your heart? Like, there's no reward for me grinding Hyrule Warriors for 400 hours, but, you know, I'm still doing it.
But I guess it's just like collecting all this stuff or doing all the little challenges. Like, it gets you a stamp, and then it gets you a little thing on the front of the book. You know, and then it's like, I don't think you get anything for doing the time attack, so that's
Maybe
like
you get another stamp on the front of the book, you know? You never know.
There's only room for 3 stamps.
What if they moved it? Or what if special 4th stamp? Or what if it made all of them shiny or something? I don't know.
Oh no, you're just trying to make me be as much of a completionist as you, so you don't feel quite so obsessed.
Well, I'm not. Well, here's the thing. I'm not really a completionist with every game I play. It's only games that I like enough. Like, for example, when I was...
Oh, time attacks do give you another stamp on the book? Sold! Ted, I'm bailing on you. No, I'm kidding. I'm staying here. Thank you, UK Fresh. I'm gonna be doing the time attack mode.
You were so against doing the time attack mode a while, like 30 seconds ago, and now you're all for it? Okay, I'm gonna call bollocks on that. I'm not even British and I'm calling bollocks.
I want to get the stamp. Then it's like it's for a thing, so I should do it. Yeah.
See, that's how they trick you, so...
I know.
Yeah, so essentially you have to do like 4 playthroughs of the entire game if you want everything. So it's a lot of replay value.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good game. It's so cute. I am a sucker for little details that they give to character animations. Like if you're in a level that's cold, like if you're in some kind of snowy level, Toad or Toadette will like shiver and just like hug themselves and just shiver. And if you're in a level that's like quote unquote scary with like ghosts or like aboos or like these mud things, I don't know what are those called? I don't remember.
Mud something. They act like zombies though.
Yeah. Those guys are like creepy.
Oh no! I missed the magic. No! I killed a lot of them the way I didn't want to. Shit. Sorry. Wait.
Oh yeah, like but yeah. So if you're in a scary level, they're just like, ah! It's so cute.
You'd actually really like Mario Kart 8 then, because that game is stupid detailed. Like they have ridiculous amounts of detail for stuff like that. Like in you've seen footage of the airport level, right? In the airport level, the locations on the screen where the flight departures are other courses in the game, and like basically if you just want to know the stupid amount of detail, watch a game explain analysis of anything Mario Kart related, and you'll see all sorts of stuff. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and someone else, the person UK Fresh who has also played the game and mentioned the time attack also asked if I heard about the secret attack. If you mean the thing where you spin, if you spin really fast, Toad or Toadette will just their backpack can hit enemies. Yes, I've heard of that, and it's adorable.
When
I
we were
love
playing
it.
the game, I was just running around in circles to have fun. Like, just be like, look, I'm stupid. And then, like, we saw that Toad got dizzy, and we were like, duh, but we didn't know that it was actually an attack until way later.
Shout out to Game Explain. I think that's how I think you showed me the video on it. That's how I heard about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's so cute. And it's and if you run into the Toad Brigade, the other Toads, like the one with the glasses and the one who's always reading a map and the one who's always asleep, you can run into them in levels. And when you're around them, your like Toad or Toadette will just like clap their hands and look really happy in their idle animation.
One thing that I really like is that the Toad Brigade keeps their personalities from the Galaxy games. In that, the blue Toad's the nerdy one, and the yellow Toad is the sleepy one. They were like that in Galaxy 1 and 2. The green one's the one with the map, right? I don't remember what his specific gimmick was in the.
I think he was reading a book. I think I read.
Yeah. He might have just been like the normal one, actually. Now that I think about it, so you know. But still, like it's. Captain Toad is like the worst leader ever, for the record. He's like, he doesn't know how to do anything.
He just goes off and does his own thing. And then he leaves Toadette behind at the end of the game.
Poor Toadette.
Poor Toadette. She's just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here.
I'm not allowed to be in a main adventure.
I'm the girl. Oh, they filled the girl quota in Super Mario 3D World with Peach.
Oh. Poor Daisy. She's only ever invited to, like, tennis and stuff.
Let's see. Okay. Does it explain? Alright, I'm looking at the green Toad. Yeah, apparently it's just in... It sounds like it's just in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker where he's always reading the map. But yellow Toad is always the sleepy Toad.
Sleepy Toad.
And blue Toad is always the nerdy Toad. Green Toad was the bank Toad in Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He was all like, "I've got a bank for Starbits," so you gave him the Starbits.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. UK Fresh said, if you leave Captain Toad next to the sleeping Toad, he'll sleep next to him.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, it's adorable.
I knew that you can make him sleep next to the bed.
If you make him lie down, if you make Toad or Toadette lie down on a bench or a bed, because there are beds in a couple of the levels for some reason, for one reason or another.
They were in the train levels, and that makes sense.
Yeah, the train is the one I'm thinking of. They'll take a nap and they've got like Z's coming out. Oh, it's so cute.
They had that detail even before the game came out, because I remember that Easter egg from a E3 presentation.
Yeah. I remember that was like, I was like, this game is adorable. Where's my Captain Toad plushie? Here he is.
Oh yeah, speaking of E3, we're actually getting to around that time of year. Like, it's closer than you think. It's like a month and a half away. I actually looked up, Nintendo released its like E3, pre-E3 like hype video right around this time of year last year. So, we're getting to that time again, folks, where everybody doesn't shut up about E3 for like 3 months. So, what do you want to see at E3, Catherine?
I want to see Final Fantasy 15. I would love, even though I haven't played Bravely Default, I know it's one of those games I can tell just like based on, from looking at gameplay, I know I'm going to like Bravely Default, so I want to see Bravely second announced for the West.
Well, Square Enix, did you hear that Square Enix was getting its own what's it called?
They're doing their own presentation. What do you call it?
Yeah. So I think that we
Sweet.
might see something there, or if they get Nintendo to publish it again, maybe at Nintendo's. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'd love that.
I want to see. I want a release date. I don't know if it's too much to expect a release date for Fire Emblem If in the West, because I know it's coming out Japan in late
I think we might at least get like a month or something, like coming February 2016.
Yeah, or holiday. Holiday 2015. That would
think it's gonna be 2016.
You really think so?
I think so, because in the holiday, You know, I know Fire Emblem has gotten a lot more popular in the West, but I don't think it's quite enough to be a holiday title, and RPGs like that do great in the kind of February, early year slots because there's not an awful lot coming out, so people have time to actually play them. Which, Bravely Default and Fire Emblem Awakening both had that time slot, and they did great
Okay.
then. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold it off till then. And also, since there's going to be basically two completely separate games, it's going to take a long time for them to translate it, especially considering that this is Nintendo. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. That's true.
okay, for me personally, all that sounds great. I guess Star Fox might be cool. I don't really care though. I actually would really like more Mario Kart 8 DLC to be announced. That would be great. Other stuff. Fire Emblem, if obviously more on Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem 2 would be nice. I'm trying to think. I think we need a lot of new announcements is the thing, and that's kind of hard to guess because like I have no idea.
Yeah.
200cc Mario Kart has kind of made me want an F-Zero because while that like I've gotten better at it, I'm ashamed to say, but you do actually need the brake. But the 200cc, you know, isn't really Mario Kart isn't built to be that fast, but F-Zero is. So I think that an F-Zero game would be fun. So, you know, that'd be cool. I'm trying to think of other stuff, though. You know, this is not really a huge thing, but I would really like for them to do more 3DS Mario sports. I'd love a 3DS Mario Baseball, or Mario Strikers, because I loved having Mario Golf on the 3DS, so more of that would be great. So, yeah, that's kind of what I want. So, not really
Yeah.
too exciting, but I still think it'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't know what else I want to see really. I can't
Yeah,
think of
because like
anything.
the biggest game I'm hyped for at the moment is Splatoon, which is already out. So I mean, not already out. It'll be out by E3 though.
Mhm.
So like,
Gotcha.
unless if they announce like DLC for that game, which I don't know if they do right away because the game isn't guaranteed to be a success that soon. But
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, I don't even know. Basically, I hope there's a lot of good new announcements. Is what I gotta hope for E3.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think because I really don't. Oh, I forgot Ratchet and Clank. The Ratchet and Clank for PS4. I'm really curious to see that. I assume there's gonna be information on that. And maybe like a date for the Ratchet and Clank movie because they announced it at E3 last year and they haven't said a word about it since, as far as I know.
Well, you know, that's still better than the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem time frame where it was like nearly 2.5 years before we got any more information. Okay, like,
Yeah. Okay.
and you call yourself a Fire Emblem fake fan? You didn't even watch the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem trailer until I like strapped you down and made you.
Well, yeah, because I haven't played a Shin Megami Tensei game yet. And it sounded like everything I said, people were like, what?
Well, it was kind
It
of a
sounded like it was pretty,
what
yeah.
trailer, but yeah. Speaking of Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Survivor 2 Break Record comes out next month. No, it comes out in like 2 weeks, actually, I think. Or wait, or is it just next week? It might just be next week. Yeah, it's just next Tuesday. I've got that pre-ordered. You know, I tried playing the original DS version of Devil Survivor 2. I really love Devil Survivor Overclocked. It's a great game. But Devil Survivor 2 didn't really hook me as much, but I figure at least part of it is due to the fact that I played the 3DS version of the first game and then went back to the original DS version of the second game. So I'm hoping that like the system upgrade will make me a little bit more interested. But yeah, I'm just hoping that it ends up being good because I know it borrows a lot of things from Persona that I don't particularly care for, like social links. I actually really do not like social links. So hopefully.
Do you want to explain why? Just because I know I remember what you said, but I'm sure people are going to ask why. Why do you dislike social links?
Basically, the short version is that I think that it actually is counterintuitive in that it makes, if done, as compared to not doing them correctly, it makes you care about the characters less. Let me explain, and I'll use Devil Survivor as an example. In the first Devil Survivor game, you talk to people because you were generally interested in them, and that's how you saved their lives, is by talking to them, learning what they were going to do, and then cross-referencing that with your future, with your Laplace mail to see what was going to happen in the future, and then you would act and try to save their lives. Okay, so like you talk to these people, talking to them and saving their lives was its own reward. When you have like a social link where if you talk to a person, you learn X thing about them, and suddenly you're more friends with them than you were before because it says so on a thing, and then you get a demon with it. I think it makes relationships more gamey feeling, and I don't really like that very much. I think it makes it feel a lot more artificial because, like, how do you tell what your social link is with people you know in the real world? Like, am I a rank 6 with Jim? Am I a rank 4 with Bob? You know, what is my social link with Catherine right now? It's such a game kind of thing, and I know that this is the game where you play with a penis on a chariot. I get that, but, you know,
It's symbolic.
yeah, but it's just, I think that I think that it's counterintuitive. And you're free to disagree with me on that because I know that people love them some social link goes, but I personally do not care for the mechanic. That's just.
But can I ask what? Because when I'm listening to you say that, I understand what you're saying, but on one hand, I think one could potentially argue. I'm not saying that I agree with this, but the support thing in Fire Emblem kind of works like that to an extent. What do you?
Yeah,
Do you feel like
I think
it's
different.
different?
I think it's different in the sense that in Shin Megami Tensei you are the main character. In Fire Emblem, those are units that you control, and it's inherently different, I think, because, like, again, it makes relationships a gamey kind of thing. I understand that,
I
but
think in Fire Emblem. Oh, sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
it's also, like, you got, I'm trying to...
My feeling on it is, like, it kind of makes sense in Fire Emblem. Like, if you're, if you're working with someone, like, because essentially how it works in Fire Emblem is, like, if you're helping someone out, if you're fighting alongside them, you have these conversations where a relationship develops. And that makes sense to me because if I'm working with a colleague or, like, it's kind of like I'm thinking about when I would work with people on problem sets during my undergrad. We'd be talking about the problem set, but then we'd have conversations about other things. It's kind of like that, where, like, you're working with someone and then you learn more about them and then something can develop. And then you have a baby who comes back from the future.
What?
That never happened to me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels, it's gamey in the sense, the only thing gamey about it to me is that there's these distinct support levels, but I think I think that works for the game. I think it'd be too confusing if it were sliding scale.
Yeah, I think at the very least, I'm very much a case by case basis kind of person, and in Fire Emblem, I think it works, and in at least I think in a lot of Shin Megami Tensei games it doesn't, but I'd need more time and a clearer head to be able to properly explain why I think it works in one context and why it doesn't in another. I definitely need to be a lot more focused than I am right now. So, I'm sorry if you, like, want a firm answer about that, but,
No, I was just thinking about it. Sorry.
How mad did people get for me not liking social linkos?
I think I saw a couple people who disagreed, and I think one person said they actually didn't like the system in Devil Survivor, but I mean, no one was like,
yeah, it's just I really
you should go to heck.
Yeah. But I think part of it is that I really loved the characters in Devil Survivor 1, and I didn't really find myself having that same sort of connection with anybody in Devil Survivor 2. And, I'm thinking, part of what what might change that is everybody having voice acting and stuff. But I think, you know, from what I remember, I don't. I think some of the magic is just inherently going to be gone because in Devil Survivor 1, your two main companions are Atsuro and Yuzu, and they are high school friends of yours, like friends from your high school that you are in right now. And you get that sense of connection right away. Like literally within the first within the first 5 minutes of the game, you get the sense that these characters are friends and they've been friends for a while, and you continue that sense through how they communicate throughout the entire game. And in Devil Survivor 2, I'm pretty sure that I forget what one of their names was Io, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's Japanese, but I killed all the Dark Ganondorfs. I wasn't supposed to do that shit.
Oh no, I won.
Yeah, but the two people who are kind of your main buddies in Devil Survivor 2 are just two random people who go to your school but you're not friends with. And so everybody's foreign to you, and I didn't really get that same feeling. So, you know, like, I don't know. Again, I'm waiting until I get the game again before I make any firm judgments because, you know, I might like the characters an awful lot better with voice acting, who knows? And it's been like 2 years since I tried to play it, so, you know, my opinions might change since then. But if you haven't tried it yet, you know, I can't speak for Devil Survivor 2 at the moment, but I love the fuck out of Devil Survivor 1. You can get it real cheap on the internet. It's an amazing game. I really suggest you. Why would you have me throw out this weapon, game? Seriously, this weapon kicks hasty attacks, regular attack plus. I probably should delete the strong attack and the EXP up once I'm max, but like, that's a good weapon. Why do you want me to get rid of that weapon? Like, game, why? Seriously.
Is it like I don't know. I have no idea what the mechanic is that.
I think the one thing is that it does give me a lot of money because they're rare skills that I unlocked, but they're good skills. I don't want to get rid of them. So, yeah. But yeah, I really recommend giving Devil Survivor a shot, especially if you're new to Shin Megami Tensei. It's a great first game. That and Shin Megami Tensei 4, I think, are the best newbie games to the franchise. So, yeah.
Someone asked what your favorite SMT game is.
Again, it's basically a tie between Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Devil Survivor, Overclocked. Devil Survivor has a little bit more edge to it, I think. But SMT4 is more polished. So,
Okay.
yeah, they're both great games. I go back and forth on which one's my favorite all the time. So.
And SMT4 more of a
SMT,
traditional
yeah.
role JRPG as
Yeah.
opposed to a tactical RPG?
Yeah. Overclocked Overclocked plays sort of like Fire Emblem, but not really. Like, it's the same sort of strategy kind of thing as Fire Emblem, only instead of when you choose you choose the enemy unit and you attack instead of the animation just playing, you actually like go into a little mini RPG kind of two-turn fight. In Shin Megami Tensei 4 though, it's just basically straight up RPG. So, you know, you go through a dungeon, you go to a town, you fight monsters, you do quests, you know, it's...
Okay.
It's like, there's definitely a lot. It's not standard by any stretch, but it follows the traditional formula to a pretty decent extent. So, if you've played an RPG before, aside from the ball-busting difficulty, you'll be pretty familiar with you'll be pretty comfortable playing SMT4, I think. So, yeah, that's a good game too. I recommend that one as well.
Someone asked if Devil Survivor has a lot of grinding.
In your first playthrough, there's an okay amount of grinding. Basically, Devil Survivor, I love playing that game on New Game Plus because the New Game Plus makes certain things a lot easier. But on your first playthrough, you'll be doing some grinding, but it's not it's not unbearable, I'll say. It can get the end of the game is pretty hard, and if you want to do like certain super bosses, you'll need to grind. Like, I still haven't beaten Lucifer, which is the super boss of that game, and he's basically impossible without like a specific selection of level 99 demons. And grinding, basically, a tip for Devil Survivor: don't grind your demons too much. You're better off fusing your demons into better demons as opposed to grinding them 9 times out of 10. The Lucifer fight is that 10th time where you need to grind like some level 70 demons to level 99, and that's just obnoxious. But, you know, most of the time you're not really, you only really need to grind your main characters, like the humans who join the party, so, yeah. I know that, Catherine, I know you said you were going to play an SMT game eventually. Do you think you're, which one do you think you're going to start with? Do you think you'll go...
I'm really not sure if I want to do SMT4 or Devil Survivor Overclocked first. I'm really not sure. I think it'll probably just depend on what I'm in the mood for, because it sounds like you like both of them, and they're Alice games, so I'm sure they're going to both have their really difficult moments.
Oh, they've got plenty of different... Oh, they've both got plenty of stupid hard moments. Actually, you know, thinking about it, SMT4 is probably easier than Overclocked. If I had to say, SMT4 is definitely easier than Overclocked. Actually, I'd probably say that the hardest part of SMT4 is the first couple hours, because you don't, like, your character's so weak at that point. The first couple hours of SMT4 can get kind of grindy. I will say that, but
I don't mind grinding though, so.
Oh yeah, Miss. How many hours in Fantasy Life?
Well, I was more thinking about how I grinded way too much in Fire Emblem Awakening on
well,
normal,
that game's fun to grind in though, for some reason.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. Yeah, I like grinding. I liked grinding because it's so fun grinding for supports.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And then it's just, you know, like, it's fun taking in units who are like a weird mishmash, and, you know, like, oh, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Can you make it? Probably.
I think, you know, it's kind of weird. I think because it's more the grinding's more not intricate, but involved. It's more fun to do, because like grinding in Fire Emblem Awakening is still kind of to the point where you can do it while doing something else, but it's more involved than, say, just walking around in a circle and killing Zubats in Pokemon or something. So,
yes.
I think that's part of what makes it... Oh, I killed both of them at the same time! I didn't want to do that! Ah, game.
Oh no, why do you keep winning, Ted? Jeez.
No, but I wanna...
I know.
Impa's just too much of a badass.
Impa doesn't want to die like this.
Yeah, Impa is pretty badass, though.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What?
Yes, person in the chat, I like grinding. Oh man. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, someone asked if you played any of the PS2 SMT games. Like, they mentioned they thought you'd like Nocturne. I guess based on.
I've watched an LP of most of Nocturne until the person I was watching went on like a 3-month hiatus, and when they came back, I kind of forgot to get back into it. Nocturne looks good. It just looks a little bit archaic compared to what I've played before. The digital Devil Saga games don't really catch my interest very much, and neither does Raido Kuzunoha. But Nocturne looks interesting. I might play that eventually. I think I'd probably play Nocturne if they like remade it. Actually, I'd really like if they straight up remade the original SNES Shin Megami Tensei. That'd be cool. Because you know, I think that there's a solid foundation there, but it's super archaic. So, oh yeah, I've also played a bit of Devil Summoner Soul Hackers, which was okay. I never finished it though, because at that point I think I played it like right after I played Atrian Odyssey, and I was kind of burned out on the whole first-person dungeon crawling thing. So,
yeah.
So, I should give that another chance someday too, but There are so many RPGs I need to play. The next one I'm doing, the next new RPG I'm going to be playing at the very least, is definitely going to be new RPG. The next RPG I haven't tried yet that I'm going to be playing is Final Fantasy IX. And then after that, I'm not really sure. um, maybe I should do one of the Tales games I have lying around here that I never finished. Like Tales of Xillia, perhaps. I'm not really sure. I guess it just depends on what's out at that point. So, yeah. Oh yeah, oh wait, you're waiting until you finish Fantasy Life to play another game, right? Right, Catherine?
Yeah, Fantasy Life and it all. I also want to finish. I'm almost done with Ratchet and Clank 3.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, a couple of those skill points are ridiculous. I need to look up so in Ratchet and Clank 3 there are these things called vid comics, which are like video games within the video game.
Woo? Question mark?
Yeah. Well, and so they're not like they're easy enough to get through for story purposes, but then you get then a couple of for each one of the 5 vid comics there's a skill point where you have to beat it in a certain time. And if there's one thing I've learned from Insomniac's games, it's when they do a time trial for a skill point, they got the best person on the or the second best person on the staff to play the game.
Wait, hold on. Isn't the skill point that's really annoying in one of the Spyro games a race too? And
yes,
and the hoverboard is the one in Ratchet and Clank 1 that was really annoying.
Oh my gosh, that was awful. The hoverboard skill point in Ratchet and Clank 1 was the last one I got, and I remember I was just grinding it for a couple hours, and then I got it, and I was like, woo! I think we were text chatting in between me falling off the hoverboard track. But yeah, in Spyro 2, the hardest I haven't actually gotten all the skill points in Spyro 2, in part because some of the skill points are very tight time attacks on the flight levels. And in Spyro 3, I think the last skill point I got for that was a very tight time attack on a skateboard race with Spyro. Yes, Spyro can ride a skateboard. It just kind of travels. He doesn't even use his feet. He just kind of stands on it. It's really funny. Oh, and there's a cheat code where you can turn his skateboard into a squid. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Mario Sunshine totally ripped off Spyro the Dragon, since in Mario Sunshine you can ride on a blooper, and oh my gosh, Nintendo totally needs to become more original. 0 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, it shows Insomniac so much better. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you probably do think Insomniac is so much better than Mario, though.
I mean, I can't make a statement on that just because I haven't played any Mario games.
You were literally disgusted when Mario came on the screen at the end of Captain Toad.
I was being very sarcastic.
It didn't sound like it. It sounded like you actually do not enjoy Mario.
But yeah, I love the cheat codes in Spyro 3. I don't remember if they're in Spyro 2. You can make Spyro different colors. You can make him 2-dimensional.
Wait, you make him 2D? Flat. Is he like a sprite, or is he just flat?
He's just he's like a piece of paper.
Paper Spyro, I'd buy that.
I think you can give him a big head.
That's in that's like in every 90s video game.
That's like in every Ratchet and Clank game. There's a cheat code to give Ratchet and Clank and the enemies big heads.
People got really upset that I think it was for one of the what's this called? The Capcom zombie series, Dead Rising. Apparently one of the DLC modes was Big Head mode, and people got really upset because that was something they used to put in the game for free. So. And I mean, they have a point, but yeah.
Yeah. But oh yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other funny Spyro cheat codes. I can't think of any. I just know you can turn Spyro different colors. That's fun. And
What's
make
your
him
favorite?
ride a squid.
Wait, can you make him pink?
Yeah, I think you can. I forget.
Wait, do you have to
But I'm pretty
unlock
sure
the cheat codes, or can you just put them
you
in?
have to know them. Unfortunately, there's no way in game to find them out.
So do you
Um,
just play the entire game as Pink Spyro?
no, actually, I don't. I don't normally bother because it requires me to go to SpyroHints.com. Best website, still up since I first played the game. Looks exactly the same.
Oh, so it's all HTML in its 90s
You
internet
know, it
glory?
looks really good for a 90s website or an early 2000s website.
I showed you the Space Jam website, right?
Yes.
I think they actually ended
Yes.
up taking it down at some point, which made me sad.
Okay, I'm looking at it. The cheat codes are 99 lives. You can get sparks to point to treasure, which normally in Spyro 3 you have to complete a few of the special sparks levels. Extra hit point without doing sparks levels again. Changing Spyro's color. You can make him green, blue, red, purple, yellow, or black. Oh, there's no pink.
Wait, he's always purple though, isn't he?
Oh, dark purple. Sorry.
Dark purple. So what?
Yeah.
Is he Shadow the Dragon? Not Spyro the Dragon with gun?
No, they don't get into edgy Spyro until like the later ones. Oh, someone said the Space Jam site is still up.
Oh, it is. Oh, I thought it got taken down. Okay, my mistake.
Yeah. Oh, hi Nathan. Nathan's in the chat.
Hi, Nathan. Oh, could you please?
I'm the co-host here.
Catherine, could you tell me what the viewer
91.
count? 91. Ooh, that's like one more than 90. Oh, and no drop frames too. Awesome.
Oh yeah, there's also there's flat Spyro, big head Spyro. And yeah, you can skate on a squid instead of a skateboard. Oh, okay. It turns into your skateboard into a squid. It's actually a little inside joke at Insomniac. This is from a guy who worked at Insomniac, Brian Hastings. The skateboard idea grew out of a minigame in Lost Fleet where you were intended to ride on the back of a squid. Riding a squid became so much fun that we decided to use it in multiple worlds. But a squid didn't fit very well outside of Lost Fleet, so we turned it into a skateboard. We kept a squid in as a cheat for sentimental reasons.
Aw. That's just adorable. I love when developers do shit like that.
I know. That's what I love about Insomniac.
That's you know what? That's actually basically the same story as butt mode from Shovel Knight, where in the you got more of this story if you were actually a backer to the game, like I was. But in the streams that they would have, where like the development streams, where like they would talk to backers and like say like, what do you think about this idea, and like they'd ask for input and stuff. It kind of became a running joke that one of the features they would add would be butt mode. And so like when the game came out, like lo and behold, there was actually a butt mode, and it was hilarious. So you know, like I love when developers like are clearly having fun with making their project, and they're not just on the soulless game development assembly line. So yeah.
Ready thy butt.
Butt.
Butt. Black butt.
Oh my gosh, Catherine, you're totally being
Plague butt.
great. Oh, plague. Oh my gosh. Polar butt.
Mole butt.
Oh my god. King butt
Wait,
is a classic.
Is there a shield butt?
Yeah, there's shield butt.
It just makes me picture a shield, but instead of like having a shield design, it's just got
When
a butt
Captain
design.
America threw his mighty butt.
Oh my gosh. King butt. I like that one a lot. Yeah, you're right. That one's a good one. There should be a butt mode in Mega Man, where like, man is replaced with butt.
Wait,
So it's
but
like,
we
fire
are not
butt.
enemies.
Wait, Bass! Why must I fight you? We're not enemies!
Oh, I forgot to kill one. Oops. Okay, now I can let Ganondorf kill me. Come on, Ganny.
You'll pay for this insult. I'll be back. I swear it. Wait, did he kill you?
No, he's working on it though.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to
Ganon.
save Namek by throwing the spirit bomb at the moment.
He's killing Impa. Our enemies will be dealt with. Actually, they're dealing with you, Impa.
Impa makes great faces when she's being hit, though. It's hilarious.
Oh. Oh no, I'm just watching Impa get ragdoll thrown around.
Oh my gosh, Impa is such a hentai.
Oh my gosh, she's a hentai. Her hair is over her eye, and her shoulder is exposed. Instant hentai.
When you beat Impa, one of the items you can get as material is her breastplate, so that totally means she has boobs.
That's
so
hentai. That's hentai.
It's a hentai.
But if people have not watched Mario Tip Plumber's video on why Rosaline is hentai, do it and then report it for hate against women, so you don't feel bad for inflating his view count. That's what I did. I viewed it and then I reported it.
Because he was being totally sexist the whole time, right?
Yeah, I said he was. I think one of the things you can report a video for is like promoting hatred or violence against people, and I was like, he's promoted hatred and violence against women because he was just saying really rude, awful things.
Like that Rosalina was a hentai sloop?
Yep. No, the word he used was... I'd never heard the term before. He used some terms that I'd never heard before.
Oh, did he use trollop? That's actually my favorite.
No.
That's one of my favorite. Trollop or harlot. Like, cause if you're gonna be sexist, you might as well go all out with it. There's a point in the Avengers where Loki is talking to Black Widow, who's the girl, and he calls her a mule and quim. So it's just like he gets all medieval slut shamey, and it's great. And by great, I mean great in the sense that he's a bad guy and he should be doing that, not great in that you should do that. So yeah. Don't be like Loki. Why do you people find him attractive? I don't get it. Seriously, a lot of people find Loki attractive and I just don't get it. Is it like the tortured soul thing or what? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know Marvel. Oh, someone else is hyped for Avenger 2.
Yeah, it comes out this week. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if they've got spoilers out already because it was shown to like press, I think. Maybe not press, but they've had screenings of it. Please, if you can, Catherine. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I won't mention any spoilers.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick, chat, though. That's
no, they're alright.
I don't know. Sometimes the internet can be dicks.
I was gonna mention something, but then I know it's gonna happen again. Okay, I'll spoil it. I was gonna mention how they were spamming the PS salt or whatever that was.
Oh.
And how I just couldn't stop laughing because it looked stupid. It's just salt everywhere. And in 30 seconds, there's gonna be salt. I know it. And I'm gonna laugh again.
You're very easily amused.
I can be very easily amused, for sure. I was trying to tell something to a colleague in lab, the funny story, and he was like, "You are laughing too hard to tell the story." I was like, "No, it wasn't even that funny."
Oh no, that's just a thing where you're like, "Oh my gosh, guys, this is so funny," and then you show it, and they're just like, "Uh-huh."
Salt! Yeah, salt!
You people have really high sodium intakes. Like, that's not good for you.
Oh my gosh. Salt everywhere. I'll have enough brine solution to last me 2 weeks in lab.
Nobody's gonna get what that is, though.
I know. Sorry.
Okay, jeez, it's not that funny.
I'm so sorry. No, someone said, "Have you collected all the 7 salt?" My dear Catherine. I haven't even played Secret Rings.
That became like a meme around the time of the Sonic-a-thon last year, right?
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, he just knocked me into health. No, Ganondorf, stop.
Spoiler, this is a spoiler.
So have there been like any real questions from the chat recently, or?
No, just people making me laugh to death with salt.
Okay, well, we prefer to have Catherine not laugh herself to death, which I'm pretty
See, if
sure
we
is
ask
actually
them
a
to
thing.
stop, they won't.
Well, you were the one saying that occasionally the chat can be decent peoples, so why don't they prove it?
Well, they're making me laugh. That's pretty funny. Oh, someone had asked what we think of Watamote, which is an anime.
Well,
It's an anime.
I've never heard of it.
It's basically my understanding. I watched a review of it from Glass Reflection, who's that guy who reviewed like Higurashi and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, he's the guy with the eye thing, right?
Yeah, he has heterochromatia. He has a blue eye and a green eye. Yeah, I love how that's what you remember. But it's pretty distinctive. So it sounds like it doesn't really interest me, because one thing he said about it is it relies very heavily on that kind of like embarrassment humor, like situational embarrassment humor that some anime does, where it's like, like, oh, someone's in a really awkward, like the main character's in a really awkward situation. Oh, it's funny because they're in an awful situation. Like, I don't find that funny in large doses. I just feel bad.
Oh, you mean like when he gets klutzy and he falls into the girl's boobs?
Yeah, except like when they're trying to make it sympathetic, I don't like. It's one thing if it's like herder, it's funny, but if it's like they're trying to make the character sympathetic, it's hard for me to. I just feel too bad. Like, I don't enjoy it as much. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like I've seen anime where it's like I'm just like, oh, I feel awkward. You're making the main character feel awkward. Now I feel awkward. So I don't have that much interest in it because of that. It just doesn't seem like a premise that interests me. It's basically about like a very introverted girl who tries to make friends and become like popular, and it really doesn't work.
Oh.
And it's hilarious.
Now I feel bad for her because, like...
I know, and that's like, I don't want to watch someone failing at things like that. It's a little too close to home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, thinking about it, it might be a little bit too close for me.
Yeah.
I'm lonely.
No. But we have 82 people keeping us company.
We had 91 people earlier.
Oh,
everyone leaves me 92. In the end.
I read it wrong. It's 92.
Everyone leaves me in the end.
Oh, Nathan asked if there were any drop frames in the file he sent.
Nathan, yeah. Yeah, there were the same amount of drop frames. Also, there was kind of some bleed through in your mic. Yeah, me, Nathan, and Derek recorded some Mario Kart, but it's gonna be a little bit of time before I edit it and it's ready to go. So, look forward to that, and look forward to Velma.
Woo! Wait, who?
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I never finished watching the first Mario Kart thing you guys did.
Well, you only have to have watched a couple seconds. Okay, you know how Velma and Scooby-Doo is always like, my glasses, I can't see without my glasses. So
no, I never watched Scooby-Doo.
You've never even watched like one episode of Scooby-Doo? They're all the same.
But I don't remember it.
Okay, well, Velma's the one with the glasses, and a lot of the time she drops her glasses, and she goes, I can't see without my glasses. It's like one of the most famous running gags from the show. And so, because she dropped her frames, whenever Nathan has dropped frames, I have a picture of her in
That's really funny. That's really clever.
Yeah, so...
Nathan is confused.
I think it has to be your video settings, dude. Because a 1080p file, that's...
He said there weren't any when he reviewed the footage.
It's weird though. Trust me, there's plenty of them. It's got to be your video settings, dude, because your file at 1080p was way smaller than mine at 720. So it's got to be that. So, I'd look over your video settings again, just in case. Yeah.
Well, okay, someone said explaining it makes it sound stupid. Well, I wouldn't have gotten the joke otherwise. And I thought it was funny.
Okay, well it's my joke, so it's inherently a little bit stupid, but yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. We're ending off this round with 666 KOs. Ganondorf can't have that. He's the only true master of evil here.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we're only 2 or 3 runs away from finishing Impa. Oh, Catherine, what time is it?
9:30.
Oh right, so okay, we're not gonna be able to finish 2 characters today because I need to be done by 10. Well, not need. I want to be done by 10. So we'll start Ganondorf, but we won't be able to finish him until next time. So yeah, I've decided that I'm gonna keep everybody's grinding up till 200 after level 200 on screen. So in my spare time, I might do like the DLC characters up to level 200, but everyone else is gonna be after level 200. Everybody's gonna be shown on screen. So okay, that's a weird graphical glitch. The only thing remaining on the screen from Ganondorf is his glowing red eyes. That's actually really fucking creepy. Can we stop?
Sweet.
Okay, good. It faded off. Good. Now I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Now I see it. Holy cow. That's weird.
I know why it happens, because basically the dark versions of a character is just the character colored black, and then they have a red graphic hovering above where the eyes are supposed to be. And so, and when you're too close, the camera's too close to something, the characters disappear. So, the dark Ganondorf model disappeared, but the eyes still stayed. So yeah, that was disturbing.
For sure.
Hey, Catherine, you know what else is disturbing?
What?
Do 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 do.
Oh no. Oh yeah, someone mentioned yeah, so Ted and I have both watched John's review. I know John does not appear in the chat. Maybe he's asleep or something.
No,
but,
he said he was editing SGB stuff when I talked to him earlier.
I gotcha. Well, if John
also
happens to
watching
hear this or the
wrestling.
replay, thank you. Oh yeah, wrestling. I forgot about that. Thank you for not putting in jump scares. I was still tense, but it was at least like I didn't like scream, because jump scares will do that to me. It is amazing how much less scary the quote unquote jump scares are when you take off the sound. It just looks like they're trying to nom you.
So you're saying
or like someone's got a puppet.
So you're saying that I should make my icon on Skype Bonnie?
No, if you do that, I'm never coming on Skype. I'll block you.
Okay, now that's just rude.
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't know. I don't know what yeah, cry. But yeah, no, I thought it was a really good review. I really liked how, I really liked having Elliot was in it, since he had a lot of experience with the games, and I thought they played, I don't know how much of the script was, like, Johnny wrote versus Elliot wrote,
Johnny,
but
I think Johnny wrote nearly all of it.
Okay.
I think. Because it's written it's definitely written in his kind of style, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
But I think I really liked it, and I thought, yeah, it was cool seeing Elliot come back, since that game is, something he played a lot of. But yeah.
So now you're gonna play all the Five Nights at Freddy's games, right?
No. Oh, someone said replace the jump scare sound on Bonnie's death scream with Pac-Man's Waka Waka Waka. That would fit surprisingly well, I think. Because Bonnie just is like, arbor, arbor, arbor with his mouth. Oh, someone asked if you have any interest in Metal Gear Solid.
I definitely need to play it because it's kind of one of those things that you just need to play, but I don't have too much interest in it. It's just like, I don't know, the plot. I don't like how nonsensical the plot looks. Basically, like, I'm not like, I think I care more about plot than a lot of other kind of people do, and so
Yeah.
and it just kind of seems that like it just doesn't make sense in a lot of situations. So, or like it's just insanely convoluted for some reason. So, um,
Yeah.
so
I've
you know, I'm
watched.
sure I'm not like, I can dig a stealth kind of thing though, so like I might like it, but I'm not super interested in it, and I'm not in a rush to play the series. It's just kind of something that I need to get to one day eventually, but not this day.
Yeah. I think I'm of a similar mindset. Like, I kind of like it's a very iconic series. Not sure which, like sorry, sorry, what I was gonna say slipped my mind. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the kind of stealth action, like tactical action gameplay or whatever it's called. Um, I think it'd be interesting to try, but gosh, they're like, yeah, the plot is all over the place. I've watched playthroughs of
Well, I'm sure for at least the first
yeah.
game, I think the first game's relatively simple enough. Uh,
Uh,
not really.
okay, well, also, as someone who does not really like biology but double major in biology, it's a long story. Okay, there's this whole thing
Well, I
about.
know
How
that
much do you
Snake's
care about spoilers?
I know Snake's a clone, and his brother,
Snakes.
his identical twin brother, Liquid, is like looks nothing like him. I know that
Yeah,
much.
people say they look alike, and I'm like, what? Maybe they have the same bone structure, which is hard to tell on a PS1 model. But here's the thing that really bothers me. So it's revealed, um, it's revealed at the very end of the game. There was this whole thing where Liquid Snake, the twin brother, thought he was the inferior one, and that they had genetically given him all of the recessive genes, and Solid Snake had all the dominant genes. So Solid Snake was better herder, even though now genetically the dominant gene is not always the better one. Whatever.
Yeah, because
But
like it's not
Liquid,
like brown eyes are inherently better than blue eyes. They're just
and like
different
there are
colored
things that can
eyes.
be, there are like mutations that can kill you, like genetic mutations that can kill you that are dominant mutations. So
Yeah.
but okay, like Liquid has blonde hair and blue eyes, and Snake I think
Wait. Well.
has light
Oh.
colored eyes but brown hair. Then at the very end of the game, um, in the in the whatchamacallit, in the every Metal Gear Solid game in the end, there's a part where someone, I think it's always Ocelot, is having a cryptic phone call with someone, and you can't hear the other side of it, and he's like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Liquid thought he was the inferior one till the end." So Liquid apparently has the dominant genes, but he has blonde hair. It doesn't make any sense.
Wait. Hold on. This is the series with walking death tanks and cyborg ninjas, and you're going to get hung up on hair color.
Cause I'm not an engineer. The other thing I loved about Metal Gear Solid 4 was the scene where Vamp and Raiden fight, and then Raiden sticks a knife that it keeps in a sheath at his Vamp sticks a knife that keeps in a sheath at his crotch, sticks it into Raiden. BTW, Raiden's blood is white because it's some kind of artificial blood thing that I don't know why
Or
it's
maybe
white.
he just has a lot of white blood cells.
No, that's not how it works.
I'm pretty sure they're called white blood cells, so they would be white.
They're not gonna make your. If you take the red blood cells out of the blood, it's clear. There aren't enough white blood cells.
But they're not called clear blood cells. They're called
Okay.
white
Can
blood
we get
cells.
back to my story? So he sticks the knife in Raiden, pulls it out so it's covered in white blood, and seductively licks the white blood off of the knife.
Giggity.
It's like it's so awkward. That entire fight scene is hilarious. Also, Vamp is like doing ballet moves with a knife. It's crazy.
Would you say that Vamp is on point?
No, that's pretty awful.
Oh. You never let me have any fun.
I admitted I thought your Velma frames thing was pretty funny.
Yeah, but I thought you'd appreciate my dance joke, though, because you do dance.
Oh, I didn't understand.
Yeah,
That
on
was how
point.
bad it was.
But,
Thought you meant his teeth were pointy because he's a vampire.
oh, I
not
didn't
really,
even know
but-
that his teeth were pointy.
Sort of. I don't know. I think they say like it's not because he looks like a vampire that they call him Vamp. It's because like he's bisexual or whatever, which I don't understand that either. Unless that's some slang term, I don't know.
Maybe it's one of those things that makes more sense in Japanese. Although, wait, I thought that, wait, that doesn't really make sense either, because apparently Metal Gear Solid is supposed to be played in English, so...
Oh, I think the funniest thing about Metal Gear Solid 4 is that thing that, I mean, a lot of people in the chat might know about this, but apparently I don't know how recent this was, but there was an incident on Twitch where someone was streaming Metal Gear Solid 4, and it was at the ending cutscene, which is like ridiculously long, like by the, when the gameplay's done, it's just the ending. And I think they had jokingly titled the stream something like Metal Gear Solid 4 the movie. And a Twitch mod came into the chat and said, hey, streaming anything other than gameplay is against the rules. Like, this does not appear to be gameplay. And people were like, lol, it's MGS. And he was like, can you at least show me a menu or something? And I don't know what the person in charge of the stream did, but they did something. And then they were like, okay, sorry, I didn't think it was a game because there appeared to be no input from the player and no menus. Have a nice day, everyone.
I still think that's just hilarious. Well, oh yeah, apparently the Silent Hill game that Kojima was working on was officially canceled today, too. Or was it, maybe it was yesterday? That's really sad to hear. Like, because it's weird, too, because something that a lot of, that happens in a lot of studios is that at least every once in a while, developers get to make something they want just because they want to, and the studios let it happen to keep them happy. Like, one of the examples I can think of this is Miyamoto and Nintendo. Like, the only reason Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon exists is because Miyamoto was like, I want to make Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and Nintendo was like, okay, we're keeping Miyamoto happy. There's going to be a Luigi's Mansion 2. So, it's just, I'm really surprised that since Kojima is one of Konami's biggest names, if not their biggest name, and
People are saying Kojima left Konami, though.
Yeah, but they wouldn't, it's just, I'm not really sure how it happened, but not Capcom, it's just, I find it really sad that, that he couldn't make the thing that he wanted to make. Because, I think that if you've made Konami, like, what, billions of dollars with this franchise that people love, then you can make whatever the fuck weird kind of game you want every once in a while. And that's basically what happened with Sakurai, too. He got to make Kid Icarus Uprising because he felt like it. So, yeah, so...
Yeah.
That sucks.
No, it's really disappointing. I mean, I'm too much of a wuss to play the Silent Hill games.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in horror as a genre in general either, mostly just because I am too a wuss.
Yeah, but it seems like they were really good at doing horror without being really gory for a couple of games.
And Silent Hill had also had kind of a dark period for a while too, where a lot of the games weren't very good. So like having somebody who knows what he's doing, and I think also Kojima would probably do better with a horror game because that's something that actually that's something that uses cinematics a little bit more. So I think that he would probably be happier making a game like that than something more action oriented. So yeah. So it's just a shame. All around.
It really is. And I feel bad for the fans of Silent Hill who were looking forward to a new game and
Yeah.
thought this would be really good, and then no, it just gets pulled out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yep. Someone else on thoughts on Fatal Frame 5, I assume?
I'm glad it's coming out in the West because that's something that people were asking for. But I have little interest in it because, as I just said, I'm not a horror person. So.
Way too scary for me. Like, I could not handle that.
Boo.
Ah!
That sounded like you were faking it.
Maybe.
Okay, so we have maxed out Impa. Woot.
Yeah!
What time is it?
It is 9:44.
Okay, actually, I think we're probably just gonna call it a night there because by the time I got Ganondorf all set up, we'd really only get like 1 or 2 missions in with him. So next time we'll be doing Ganondorf, but yeah, it was good to get Impa. It was good to get Impa maxed out, and like even if we're running short, it's still nice to know that we can get like a character done per session. Like that's good to know too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've only got a. We'll be done. So I've measured it out. We'll be done with this sometime in the summer. So, you know, it's exciting. The end is in sight. Woo.
Oh my.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for coming and watching these live. Like I know I do put them up onto YouTube and they do get a pretty decent viewing there. I'm actually really surprised, but it's always a lot of fun to see people watch these live. You know, it's nice to see that. How many people are watching the stream right now?
91.
It's nice to see that 91 people took the time out of their schedule to, you know, come and watch my piddly little Hyrule Warriors stream. So thank you so much for that. And of course, Catherine, thank you so much for being my co-host and shit.
Always happy to help.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, we'll probably have another one of these around the same time next week. So until then, guys, later.